It's your money. A short-term extension of the payroll tax cut is in place after House Republicans gave in and said they will go with the plan approved originally by Senate Democrats. It all but assures your paychecks won't be hit with a 2% tax hike in the new year.
This solution will, at a minimum, prevent small businesses bearing new administrative burdens and ensure that American workers will see their tax relief as soon as possible.
And right after that, President Obama issued a statement congratulating members of Congress on coming to an agreement. Let's talk more about what this means with certified financial analyst and planner Joe Bert. Thanks for coming in. Gary Kaltbaum with Fox Business News. Let's start with you, Joe. You know the numbers in terms of what the average American family is going to see weekly and monthly with this passing.
Right. Basically, nothing's going to change. Whatever you got in 2011, you're going to get in 2012. So that's the good news.
Okay, but if it hadn't passed, we were talking about $20 a week.
About the average is about $1,000 difference that you would not have had in your paycheck for 2012. Exactly, Kim.
All right, Gary, what does this mean for this whole tug of war that we're seeing? As again, we know money's tight. We don't have any.
The money's coming from Social Security, basically, so it's as usual, it's from one place to the other. It's only for 2 months. They'll come back in January, do it for a year. But to fix the overall economy and get employment going, this is a tax holiday. It's not a tax cut. People will not change their plans because of it. Tax cuts are things that get into people's minds, and they actually make different decisions based on it. So for me, much ado about nothing. More public relations for the politicians.
Well, the last 24 hours, we saw the White House come out with stories from families saying, I can't have my Friday night pizza party anymore. Stuff like
exactly.
that.
It's all got down to politics. It was good policy, but lousy politics, and the Republicans lost the political battle.
Gary, you agree with that? That they just booted the one on this in terms of perception?
What's funny is the Republicans are the ones that came out with a year. They gave Obama what he wanted, and then the Senate came back with 2 months. But when the Republicans stayed silent for a week or two, and Obama has the bully pulpit, he got on them good, and they lost the battle. So that's why they've come in with this big yes, and but I still think they are behind the 8 ball here.
How concerned should we be, Joe, that we're $800 billion or so going out of Social Security to fund this extension?
Well, actually, it's about $100 billion or $200 billion.
Good.
It's 100. Well, you know, $1 billion here, $1 billion there.
Billion.
Right. It's $100 billion for Social Security and another $100 billion for Medicare and for unemployment. So it's about a $200 billion package that they're talking about.
And that's coming out of Social Security, which, Gary, we know is already insolvent and going to be real quick.
Well, this supposed lockbox, I think the lock was taken off many years ago. And the trust fund, there isn't any trust at this point in time.
And for those wondering what the lockbox is, we go back to the days of Al Gore, who proposed the lockbox.
That they never found.
They never found, and never able to lock it or unlock it.
It simply used to be you put your money into Social Security and get it out. Now it's other workers paying you, and they took that money and ran with it.
It sounds like we're all set and good here to get this done and then go into the new year and then get a year done. But what are the chances that the train comes off the track again?
Well, it is possible because it's going to a conference committee, and who knows what's going to come out of that. All we know is we have 2 months, and they're looking to lock it in for a year. But once again, committee, anything can happen.
Big picture, we still have $15 trillion in debt. That's the next 6.5 years of taxpayer dollars already spent. I don't know how we make that back up. It's going to be an interesting next couple of years.
Not uplifting to head into Christmas Sunday. Gary, we appreciate it. Joe, thank you very much.
Thanks for your time.
Pleasure.